Welcome back, everyone, to another Sunday night of shenanigans. Finally back. It's been a while. Even though I said I was going to keep this going every week, and I did 2 weeks. And then you didn't see me for a couple of months, but it's because I moved house and all that stuff. So we've got an awesome show tonight. We've got Kelly on for the first time. It's your YouTube debut.
It is. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. What Kelly found. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah, that's it.
So we'll have a chat very soon and get to know you a bit better. Chris and the Octo joining us as well. How you going, boys?
Yeah, good.
Good, mate.
Good. I will just quickly, because I did film, I started filming a video about moving house. So it's probably never going to come out because I didn't finish it. So I will just update people because people keep asking me, DMs and stuff. So I moved house. It was an absolute nightmare. I'll keep it really brief. It was a nightmare. It took me 9 days to move everything. It was nuts, and that didn't include the weeks beforehand where I was, preparing for it and stuff. So I had a lot of help. Adam, who was living with me, he helped heaps. My mate Ben, he helped heaps, and my parents helped heaps. So, because I couldn't lift anything, so they all did it basically, and all I did was pack tubs. Like Chris knows, he came and bought a heap of stuff off me, and I sat in a chair while him and Carla loaded up his car.
I was going to say, well, Chris and I sent thoughts and prayers, mate. That's what we did.
So, I highly recommend if you're going to move house that you pretend you get a back injury or something. Because I wasn't pretending, but I would recommend doing that anyway because, it looked like really hard work. So I'll say hello to the chat first. Chris is here. Josh, how you going? JT, how you going? Good to see you. Granny, good evening, boys and girls. Judder, great to see Kelly on tonight. The other three can get stuffed.
Well, I am stuffed. I'm stuffed as it is.
Yeah. But, well, I'm stuffed, especially around me waist. Bax, how you going? I had enough of the tentacled one today. Christian, evening everyone. Great to see the show back again. Thank you. Brad and Jazz, evening all. Awesome to see Kelly live. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Kelly alive as well.
Yeah. And Andrew Thornton, how you going? Oh, there's heaps more. Jazz. Chris collects things and he also sells things. It's more exciting than when Kiss took off their makeup. Oh no, the battery's gone on my mouse. This is going to be really annoying. I have to keep turning it off and on. That cricket jersey, yes, we will get to that.
Very nice.
There's the power going out in Bermuda. Octo. It is a bit dark there. Tash, how you going? And Manon, how you going? Who is going to be doing her draw? I'll mention it later on before we close. She's going to be doing her draw for her raffle right after this show over on Instagram. So she did advertise it it was going to clash with this, and we didn't realize until right before the show. So she's going to do it after the show. Dave, how you going? And Sandra, how you going? All right, Kelly, thanks for coming on. Did you want to tell everyone a bit about yourself who might not know you, how you got into reselling and all that sort of jazz?
Yeah, cool. I'm fairly new to reselling. It's been a couple of years now. Before that, I was pretty much a constant hoarder of various different things that interest me, including Lego. That was my big one right before reselling, and got to a point where it felt like if I had to buy more, I probably needed to sell some to make some space. So I came across an article of the Retro Rescuers and thought, hey, I love op shops and I need to get rid of some stuff, and I reckon I could give that a crack. And I have. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've had some awesome finds in my time, and I've got three boys, so they love finding what Mum brings home because I love to dabble in the toys. area, and some of it makes it to reselling, some of it doesn't make it to reselling, some of it ends up in their bedrooms, much to my wife's disgust. But yeah, they've really enjoyed it, and they've had a little bit of a crack at reselling themselves. So it's a good hobby for me. I work 4 days a week in a day job, and when I find time, which is not as often as I'd like, yeah, jump in and get some stuff up on eBay and make a few extra $dues on the side.
Yeah, that's awesome. I followed you since you started, and I remember seeing your numbers early on, and I was like, "Wow, you're doing really well." Like some resellers just don't pick it up. It takes them forever. Like they just, I don't know, they don't have the eye for it or whatever. But you just seem to pick it up really, really quickly. And yeah,
Yeah,
I was actually going to be meaning to ask you to come on for ages, but obviously, if I don't do the show, I can't ask you to come on.
That is actually very true. Just to make sure you know that, Kelly, because so many times Wayno's been like, "Oh, I'm gonna ask Kelly," and then like we don't hear anything. He's like, "Oh, I canceled the show this week. Oh, I can't be stuffed or whatever." So, yeah, so probably a
Awesome.
good year.
I'll message these guys in the chat and I'll be like, "Oh, is anyone free on Sunday? Like this will be like Saturday morning. Is anyone free tomorrow night?" And I might get one yes or two yeses or whatever, and then 3 o'clock Sunday will come around and someone will be like, "Are you still doing the show?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot about it."
Look, better late than ever, really. So all good.
So yeah, you're doing really well, and part time as well. So
Yeah.
4 days a week. I don't know. You don't have to say, but did you want to say where you work?
Yeah, sure. I work at Wodonga TAFE. So I live up northeast Victoria. So I've been living in Wodonga 17 years and pretty much at TAFE pretty much all that time. So I've changed a few different roles. For the moment, I'm doing a lot of project work. So business process improvement through software, essentially. So we've got some major stuff that we use for our student enrollments and timetabling, all that sort of stuff. And I get to play around with that all day and make dashboards and things in Power BI and all those really nerdy things that float my boat. And very different to reselling. So, yeah, but I love it. And I've got a great workplace. I've had my 3 kids while I've been there, and they've been really flexible. And I was sort of only 2.5 to 3 days a week up until the end of last year. And then my wife, she's gone part-time as well. So I'm back up to 4 days a week just to keep the family income going. And yeah, reselling happens when it can. I've got a big money pile out in the garage, let's call it.
Yeah. My money pile is huge. I wish it was money. Yeah, my auntie and uncle live up Wodonga. So
yeah.
Oh, this is going to be really annoying. I'm going to have to turn me mouse on and off all night. I think Nina's up there, isn't she? Crack on a rack.
Yes. Yeah. She's one of the great resellers that I've met through this journey. And we catch up every now and then, have a coffee, and she's got young kids as well. So we connect on that as well as the reselling stuff. And it's cool when we go out together because we're both in different spaces. Like she's very much into the women's fashion, which I've got absolutely no clue about. She can have all the pretty dresses she wants because I've got no interest. Whereas I run for the toys and things like that. So, yeah, it works out well.
Sweet. We'll catch up with chat. It is on this channel. We did the movie show last week. So what's that I can hear in the background? Someone got the TV on?
Yeah, I was just trying to murder people. Wait a sec.
Is that you, Octo? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, my mouse is falling again.
It wasn't
Wendy?
the TV. It's someone in his dungeon screaming.
Yeah. Rylan, how you going? Kelly has found some awesome plush toys too. I did see you find some. Was it yesterday or?
Yeah, a couple of days ago. Had some good ones. Yeah.
Daniel's son, how you going? Kelly is cool because she said dollary doos.
Learn from the best, Bruce.
Rob, how you going? Been a long time coming to get Kelly on alive, definitely. Lozzie, how you going? The minions have escaped the cage. He's watching Octopus.
Not quite. It's anime.
Like it was mentioned earlier, Kelly, I wanted to ask you about that jersey you've got. I think that's the jersey behind you there, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, that's the one you've got. So nice little find from Salvo's, $6 over in Lavington. It's got a player's name, and it's actually been an interesting one, this one. I've been talking with a couple of people online. So the Taswegian, so he's got a fair knowledge in cricket gear and things like that. So I've been talking with him, and we were trying to figure out when this would have been from, because the guy whose name's on the back, he only played in 99-2000, but the design of the barcodes was in seasons previous to that. They had a different design shirt for the 99-2000 season. So and the barcode is usually on the front and on the back, but this one's blank on the back. So it's a bit of an interesting one. So not really sure how that's playing out, but I may be doing a private sale on that one rather than going to eBay. So I've tossed up back and forth about what I'll do. I've talked to a couple of people who've made some offers, and it's been a interesting thing to deal with, having this rare item. It's so different to just finding your standard plushie and looking it up and popping it on eBay and see what happens. When you really, you've got people who are very passionate about things and they're collectors and they really want it, and there were comps there for one that didn't even have any player details on it, went for over $2,000 on eBay, and contacted the seller. He said it was a genuine sale. He said the guy paid up and he was surprised because he started his auction at $90. So you get those dollar signs in your eyes, and you think, oh man, that'd be great. But I've had a couple of signs today on be a blessing to people, and what goes around comes around. I believe in that very strongly. So so I might be handing that over to a very passionate collector for still a very good price for a $6 investment. So certainly the biggest flip I'll ever do, I reckon. So it's
crazy. Like, if I saw that for $6, I would have bought it, and it would have sat in my pile for God knows long. And then one day I would have just I better list all this shit, and then I would have looked it up and been like, what? And then on the flip side, if I saw that for $25, say some of the salvos are ridiculously dear, I wouldn't have even picked it up. I just would have left.
Exactly right. Yeah, so true.
Yeah,
it surprised the hell out of me. Anyway, it's awesome.
Nice little find, more like insane find.
Insane does describe it. Yeah.
Said that YouTube trading, way. Amazing find. Ledbetter, how you going? $6. Well done, Kelly. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, I mean, I think we all have had that one big find. I don't think I have, but a lot of people, it's like a once in your sort of lifetime find, isn't it? Like, it's not like you're going to find something like that every year or every 2 years or whatever. Like my biggest sale was like a DVD set, but I paid $200 for it. Like, I had to pay up for it. And I sold it for $800 or something like that. So, it's crazy. I always wondered if I've left something aside. I just didn't. Yeah, there'd be tons of stuff. We would all leave stuff behind that we don't have any 100%. Idea about.
Yeah.
Like, I look through the clothes. The clothes are probably the main thing I look through in op shops, which is really weird because I don't sell a lot of it. But I just find that DVD sections are usually shit, and the toy section is usually shit. So I just look through. I buy probably more clothes than anything else, but I still don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I leave heaps of shit behind that would probably be well worth picking up. So,
absolutely,
See, like, I don't look through the shirts because I feel like it's a waste of time. Like, if they're all lows most of the time. Those I might glance my eyes across them if I'm walking past them, but
Yeah.
I typically don't look through the shirts, so I'm never going to find a Mambo Loud.
See, that's the only reason I look in the shirts. That's what I was doing. I flicked through them just to look for, the elusive Mambo Loud, and then I saw that one there. So it paid off. Better than Mambo Loud.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I asked you guys, and I'll ask the chat as well. Found a pair of Nike the 10 shoes for $8. Yeah, that's nuts. That is crazy.
Yep.
Yes, but he does leave Jaws on the shelf.
Oh, that's Christian.
Ah.
Oh, the book. Only
$6
$6.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's ripped 4 of them.
I'm not a book guy. I asked you guys, and I'll ask the chat. We always tend to talk about eBay in a negative light, because things can get pretty frustrating as a reseller. But I thought I'd bring up what are some of the changes that eBay have made over maybe the last few years that are positive. Like they have actually done some good things, eBay. So I don't know, did you guys come up with anything? The chat, if you can think of anything, chuck it in the chat. Did you guys? I can only think of one thing really.
I was going to say, it sounds like someone's angling to go to the next roadshow next year by the sounds of it.
I won't be out of that. I'm too lazy.
I'll start if you want, Wayno.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long ago it was, but when they and look, people might not agree with this, but I've found it great. When they updated the remove feedback tool when you go through requests, and I have found that has been the best thing yet compared to going to a chat, because I found if you put in certain keywords when you write them the request, I'm pretty sure it's just getting picked up through an algorithm, like it's just getting read through AI or something. And if it's hitting the right trigger words, you're pretty much set. Now, I'll probably say that, I'll probably jinx myself, but it's worth the charm. And I think a lot of the time is because if you can explain and understand how their policies work and why the feedback is against their policy, it usually triggers it always in my favor, right? I mean, and a lot of the time, at the same time, the negative feedbacks that I get are just ridiculous because it was like, oh, it didn't fit me, or, real stupid things. But at the same time, that's why they're easy to remove. And I've found that usually the requests, it will be gone within 5 minutes, which is a lot more quicker and passive than doing it through chat, because, you got to go through the usual spiel. Thanks for being on eBay for this many years. We appreciate your loyalty, which is great. You feel good about yourself, but it's like you don't even know if this person's going to be able to solve it for you. So I found it's been quite good.
Yeah, like it helps if you're good at articulating your thoughts like you are, whereas me, it's like my argument is this is bullshit.
Yeah, well, you do have to calm yourself, but I think the way I've looked at it is, usually I'm always calling out like this. I would like to request this to be removed because it's against policy, and these are the reasons why. And also because majority of the time it's to do with clothing, and I have free returns on all my clothing. And the matter of the fact is, they don't usually contact me either. They usually just say I was too big or too small, or was a bit slow to arrive or whatever, which again, out of my control. But when you put in about, it doesn't follow the policy, and then I also say that I've reached out to the customer, tried to help them. We offer free returns. We would have loved to be able to help, but they're not willing to, even have a conversation with us. It's worked every time. Like I said, I touch wood, not jinxing myself, but I found it. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience, but it's been pretty good.
I've only heard the opposite, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
So, it's actually, that's really good that you brought it up, because, when I say I've only heard the opposite, it's not from many people, but, I've never had an issue getting it removed through chat. But I very rarely get negatives or neutrals. Like I'm not selling clothes and stuff. Well, I am, but not massive amounts. So DVDs and Blu-rays are pretty straightforward, I don't get a lot of. I got a neutral a few days ago, and I haven't even bothered trying to get rid of it yet. It was like the movie was out of sync, the audio was out of sync. It's like, well, I didn't make the DVD, like, and yeah, I can't. So, but yeah, there's heaps of in the chat mentioning. I think Rob was the first one. That is a very good one. Very good one. Yeah, it makes things so much easier, especially with dealing with customers. Like, I still occasionally have to tell customers, look, you're just going to have to contact eBay because it's got nothing to do with me. Whereas in the past, I would have to try and sort that shit out through PayPal or whatever the issue was. So yeah, Chris, I like eBay's pretty logo.
Just with the managed payments, what I still love is you get those random messages. It's like, oh, do you mind if I pay with bank transfer, or can I pay with PayPal? And you're like, you can do whatever you want. It's like, oh, what if I do the pay in full with PayPal? Is that going to be fun? I'm like, go for it, mate. Like, just pay.
Yeah, like heaps of people are agreeing with managed payments. I will come back to the rest of the chat. I also like it when eBay pays me.
That's a good one.
I'll go with mine next before I forget. Mine is they don't tank your store anymore when you get an INAD or an INR. I've found, not that I get many myself, and I think through talking to other people as well, they don't slow your store down and stuff anymore if you get like an INAD. I don't know if you guys what you guys have experienced, but I've found since last year, like, I don't know, maybe even a year ago, that's the case. Like, I think they really listened. Like, a lot of sellers were really getting vocal about it, and I think they really listened. And even though they kind of denied that they ever did that, but I think they listened and they changed it. Do you guys agree with that?
I haven't experienced it.
Really?
No, I find that because on my other store I send a lot of things untracked, and if it's untracked, that I get an INAD, an INR, it slows the traffic down to the capacity. But the Octopus, I just use tracking for everything, and I can't remember the last time I've had an item not received. To tell you the truth. Yeah,
I don't get many. I get maybe 3 or 4 a year, and I think most of the time they're just scumbags trying to get their money back. But I've noticed when I do get them, that makes no difference to my account at all. It's like it's not even there. So
I would agree. It seems better, but then again, I mean, I don't really have enough to be able to validate it either. But I do find that I remember in the past when you used to get an INAD, it would literally come up as you have an item not as described case. But now, because it gets put into a certain category of, like, arrived damaged, or I feel like it's a bit more descriptive, or they're kind of separating them out to what they actually apply to. So I think if it's landing in something like item as arrived damaged, or not as versus not per description, I think that would probably have a difference. Whereas I think previously they were kind of all bundled under the one, like just it just wasn't as per listing or described. So I think that probably helps a little bit, because maybe they're not being as, I guess, hard on it. Whereas, if it is obviously a, item not as described, like, doesn't match the photos, or it's a different item or whatever, maybe then they're playing a bit more hardball. But yeah.
They're automatically accepting the return. Like,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you don't even really see it in your account unless you look at your messages. Like, they're automatically putting it back on the buyer straight away. You got to send it back. So, yeah, I don't know. That's my. Have you had much experience with it, Kelly?
No, not with that. I've had a couple of things that people have whinged about. I had a guy recently that I sent McLeod's daughter's DVD set to the States, and he left me a big fat negative response, which I followed him up, contacted him straight away, and said sorry to hear about it. Happy to replace them or give you a refund or whatever. And crickets, and left it. Contacted me again, nothing, and so I just ended up responding on there just so that it got noticed that I wasn't ignoring it. But just kind of shit. I haven't seen any downturn or anything in my traffic, but probably the biggest downturn in my traffic is the fact that I don't list a lot at the time. So that'll do it.
That's my issue. Yeah, I got a I got a negative mail. I don't know, a couple months ago now. eBay removed it straight away. It was a guy in America. He bought a UK DVD off me. Like, and I live in Australia, and he complained that it didn't work, and I should have said that it wouldn't work in American DVD players.
Oh man, yeah.
Maybe just buy from your own country, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got all mixed up with the chat here. Picked up a book $5 talking about sold for $1,200.
Wow.
Fucking hell!
Look at that sweet postage and handling.
Cara, how you going? Sold book bundle for $9.50 and only. I think I saw that on Instagram. Yeah, that is a good one. That's not an eBay thing though, but that is a good one. That is definitely
I love
good.
that. Yeah.
Fuck,
That's probably the only thing Australian Post has done good, right?
Yeah. They just put large letter prices up, and it's a massive hike.
Yeah,
it's me to the ground.
It's ridiculous. Manage payments. Type in what you want to say and ask it to say it nicer. Me, please.
You might have to do a few iterations if it's Uncle Wayno.
Figsy, there you go.
Hey, Fixie, my man.
That one, this one. How you going? There was a recent Facebook post saying that eBay for Business are now restricted in revising negative feedback. What does that mean?
They won't take off every negative feedback.
Yeah, I mean, like they were doing this thing for a while where you got a certain amount of like feedback revisions you could have, and it even showed like under your feedback. But then I got a couple removed, and it didn't even remove any from my thing. So seems better than it was, but don't leave a case open. That will hurt you. Yeah. Had every negative and neutral I've had removed since using the new system. It's great. Yeah, cool. Maybe I'll have to try it. I also like that simple returns are auto-approved now and label provided to them. If something's going back for it doesn't fit, I just glance at it and move on with my life. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Oh, however, I think that was down last week because I got a it doesn't fit, and it was asking me to either provide a label or update or confirm that I provided one, and I was like, this is meant to be automatic. I don't know if anyone else experienced that because I haven't had one since, and I'm now thinking, like, has my settings changed? Does anyone know that if that was down last week?
No idea.
No.
Nope.
Okay. No. I didn't get any.
All good.
Turns.
I'll just wait for the next one.
This is going to get really annoying. This was my other one. I did have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Business policies has been really good.
But that's been around for a while now, right?
It has, yeah, but they didn't make it compulsory until recently, maybe a year. I just go with a year with everything. Like when I'm telling something, I'm like, oh, the other day, and it was actually like 3 months ago. Do you guys have anything else? Octo?
Well, I've got a couple, Wayno. I really, a similar vein to, he's on this side, similar vein to Chris, I like the negative feedback and the neutral feedback because what I've found, it actually slows your store down. So if you're actually leaving negative feedback for other people, your sales boost that way.
All right, well.
Take your competition out.
For me, it's videos in listings. So because I do a fair bit of vintage toys and stuff and quite a lot of electronics, and I like to buy broken toys and fix them up and stuff. So I like to be able to show that they are working in my listing before I send them off. And that kind of negates any claim that it doesn't work and so on when it ends up at the other end.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one, Kelly. And I found I've been selling like a lot of bulk lot of trading cards, or if you have a whole bunch of multiple things, you can kind of just go through the video and just shuffle and show them all, and then you can just have a few more generic photos, and you just save so much time, or you don't have to worry about not getting them all in. And I don't know what the limit of the video length is, but it seems to be, well, I've done up to 1:30, and it hasn't said it was too long. So, it's actually really convenient.
Yep, absolutely. I'd love if they added it so you can do it from mobile, because I do a lot of listing from my mobile, but I can't do it yet from there. So anyway, somewhere down the track they'll do that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone had a photo in your feedback yet?
No, I was just checking that actually just to see because we were on the topic. But no, I haven't had one.
You have, Octo?
Yeah, I had on my other story. I won't tell you what it is. I did have a picture of Batman.
Wow.
I'll send you a picture later. I'll put it in the group chat. Thank God it wasn't Judder.
I actually saw one on someone's account the other day. It was the first one I've seen. So it's not really hasn't really taken off yet, I don't think. Not that I look at people's feedback very often, so I probably wouldn't know anyway. I can't get my eBay account to talk to Australia Post to talk properly and judge me. That's weird. I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue what the solution to that would
find
be.
labels through eBay or that?
Yeah. Maybe
I just
try reintegrating your Ozpost account. In description section, but needs tweaking sometimes.
Oh, that's for the AI stuff, I think.
Oh, okay, yep. I showed off a beautiful pop-up book in a video. A wonderful way to promote your stuff.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
150 meg vid limit. That must be compressed a fair bit before it uploads, I reckon, because that's not very big. Leanne left a photo for something she bought. Brad and Jazz had a photo in feedback, but it was because someone loved their boots so much they had to show them off. Yeah, when I look at reviews on Amazon, I find that the only people that leave photo reviews are the happy customers.
The complainers.
No, I find happy customers.
Yeah,
the complainers just write a big long sooky message.
So I just checked my feedback. It's in my account, but it's not visible if you look at the other account. So I just went through this. So I'll just show you what it looks like. But yeah, it's in.
No, I was just looking at it, man. I saw the two Batman pictures.
Yeah, was it the ones that were kissing together?
Hang on. I don't remember seeing a kissing one, but
it's the other account.
So that must be the only tentacle account.
No, so there's two there. And
okay.
There's none kissing though. Some of the photos are in the wrong angle, but no kissing Batman, if that's what you were referring to.
I've been leaving some disgusting selfies at my purposes. It's the funniest thing ever did. Mandy, how you going? Is someone eating chips? Yeah, I can hear noises. Yeah. It's Octo's dungeon again.
Yeah, this is Octopus that's annoyed.
So, question with the photos, does it automatically just go through, or does it have to be approved before it goes live? Couldn't that be really dodgy?
Well, it would have the same. It would have an algorithm that picks up titties and doodles.
So it might be cold in Ballarat, mate. So you might be fine. Just block Judder before he buys anything.
I can just imagine Judder going wild with it.
I hate to see his feedback with the stuff he sells.
All right, we'll move on. We'll do the shits me to tears. Have you guys got a shits me to tears? I'm just gonna quickly go off and try and get some batteries for this mouse. So one of you guys, who wants to go first?
I was going to say old ladies, but she's in the chat, so maybe someone else can go first until I can think of something else.
Do you have one, Kelly?
Yeah, I do have one. Completely not reselling related, but I tell you what, it shits me to tears when I sit down on a Friday night to watch the football get bloody excited after the first quarter, and then have my heart ripped to shreds by the bloody Bombers again when they just turn to weak as piss bloody players who can't even be bothered chasing after the ball. That really shits me to tears. What a waste of a Friday night. So that's me.
I don't even watch footy, so I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, never mind. We'll just nod and agree, Chris. That's all.
I should have saved it for Wayno. He'd appreciate
Just
it.
smile and wave.
I heard it. And I quite enjoy it when your team gets spanked.
It's been a long ride of disappointment, I can tell you.
It is. It was. I really enjoyed that game, and I also really enjoyed the game that just finished.
I didn't see the result of that.
The Pies beating Hawthorn. 5 points. Never in doubt. I'm just padding while I try and get my mouse fixed. There we go. I feel you, Kelly, but for the Crows, Brad's had a bad run.
Yeah.
Oh, go the Pies. Weather doesn't change anything. It's always 12-24 max photos on your list.
That was good too.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've ever used more than 12. I've never used more than like 4. How often have you had buyers do a chargeback? I had one in the last couple of months from someone with strong feedback but refused to reply to messages and never queried the item with me. Do you mean a chargeback like through their bank?
Yeah, I think that's what they're referring to.
I've never had one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I've had one. I've had one for a really dodgy Masters of the Universe sale. So I sold a figure, and it was my mistake. I completely sent the wrong figure. They were very similar, the two. I realised my mistake when I actually sold it and couldn't find it, and contacted the buyer who had received it a couple of days prior but hadn't actually told me that I'd sent the wrong one. And from that point, he turned really nasty and abused me and told me I should, pay more attention to what I'm doing. And then he queried the charge with his, credit card company and whatever. And anyway, the eBay and the credit card company ended up finding in my favour for it because clearly through the messages they could see that he wasn't willing to provide the item back or anything like that. So, I thought sucked into him because I tell you what, I was planning all sorts of things of signing him up to the RSL, mailing things, whatever, and getting him bombarded with all sorts of shit. I'm not a bitter and twisted, person at all.
The wrath of Kelly.
That's right, watch out.
Shit's me. I didn't really think of one, but I'll go with a footy one as well since you did. The score review system shits me to tears. It really does. It shits everyone to tears at the moment.
Yeah.
The fucking goal umpire should just make a decision and be done with
it. 100%. Some of those are so clearly nowhere near a post or whatever, and you think, just do your job. You've got one job.
It's ridiculous, and they review every goal before it goes back to the middle anyway. So why bother doing it and wasting everyone's time?
Yeah.
Spiteful tips with Kelly. Next question should be petty revenge. What have you done? Up the Blues, talking about score reviews. Didn't pick Kelly to have a nasty side. No, well, she doesn't because it's the other guy that has the nasty side and he fucking deserves
it. That's it. Yeah.
Shit's me to more tears when they get it 100% wrong, cough. Adelaide actually missed the final. For those that don't know footy, they missed the finals because of a score review mistake last year. So it was pretty big deal because there's a lot of money involved. Like everyone gets paid extra for playing finals. The club gets extra money. Yeah, the AFL looked after them and gave them the easiest draw this year out of all the teams, and they still haven't won a game. Sorry, bad, but it is funny. The Knights won. Yeah, we don't care about shit footy. The Crow's missing the finals. She was the best. Yeah, I felt bad for him, but at the same time, it is kind of funny. Not easy to draw. Just I'm pretty sure someone did a thing. They technically have the best draw, based on some kind of crappy point system. Where's Octo?
I have no idea.
Do you have a shit spin of tears, Chris?
Yeah, I do. I try not to harp on it too much because it's probably in one of my next videos. But over the last 3-4, probably actually since the start of this year, to be honest, what's really been getting, on my gears has been people trying to compare my business to theirs or other, like, for instance, trying to compare your business and my business together, Uncle Wayne. It's completely different, right? And everyone's entitled to an opinion and every model's different, but it's not a like-for-like comparison or saying, oh, this way is better to do it because, we're focusing on making $400 profit. It's like, oh, that's great. Make $400 profit. But the reality is you're not going to go find 1,000 of those items and make $400 profit, right? It just doesn't work, right? So if you're finding 1 or 2 items a month, that's great. Whereas I can't do that because, I've got to pay staff, I've got to pay for storage, I've got to have things ticking over and moving. So that's probably what's really been getting on my gears the most, I think. I won't get into too much detail because I'll get grumpy, but it's in a bit of my video tomorrow, actually. So it's been on a few of my videos over the last few weeks, I think.
Everyone can go and watch Chris have a cry in his video tomorrow. I agree, though. Like, you can't compare anyone to anyone.
No, you can't.
Everyone has their own circle. I don't have kids. I don't. I've got private rent now. I don't have a lease or a bond or anything. Like, it's really cheap. Everyone's got a completely different situation. So yeah, it's.
And at the end of the day, who cares? Like, you should be just focusing on you becoming better at yourself or at your own business or getting the wins. I mean, it's great to be able to, I guess, compare against your peers to see, oh, am I actually doing well? But again, it's not like a really good comparison. Like, if I started comparing myself to 2 Aussie thrifters, it doesn't make sense because, like, again, we're doing completely different things. One, they've been doing it double the time I have. It just doesn't make sense. It's like you, Wayne. I mean, yeah, you've got probably 2 times, 3 times more sales than me, right? But it's again completely different model because it's DVDs, CDs, and different. Anyway, it's like I said, I can get kind of worked up on this, but just I've had a few people send me some weird messages, even send me DMs and just give a little go. And I'm like, wow, it just surprises me how much energy people put onto it. But I won't lie, at the start of the year, it really did mentally. It gets to you because you start to doubt, am I doing something wrong, or like, who cares? Like, I mean, it's not like you're running my business. I'm building my business, and that's why I changed a lot of my framing around I'm building my business, not yours. Like, I'm not going to tell you how to do yours. If you can learn something, please. But otherwise, it's like, yeah, get stuffed.
Yeah, like I totally agree with the who cares. Like, I know a lot of resellers look at other resellers, eBay pages and stuff like that. I wouldn't have a clue what you guys' like eBay accounts look like. Like, I've never gone and looked. I've stumbled onto a couple of you guys. Like, I've stumbled onto Brad Jazz, Jada, you just through comping. Like,
oh yeah.
But I've never even clicked and looked through the store. Like, it's completely irrelevant to me. So why would I? Like, it doesn't mean anything to me at all. So I don't even bother looking. Like, so to try and tell you how to do what you're doing, like, it'd be stupid. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, look, maybe they just care so much they want the best for us, but I don't think that's the case.
No. Get grumpy, I dare you. Get grumpy and say shit to me with you.
I was waiting for that, Jada. Just say it.
I don't like the swans. They should be set from where they came from. A swan bit me once. I agree, Chris. Comparing numbers, if you buy something for 50 cents, that's $29, that's a win.
Sure is.
No one could compare themselves to the Megastore. That would shit me to tears. The flip side of that, Chris, it shits me when I say what I'm doing and someone takes offense because they do it differently and think I'm trying to sway them. Yeah.
I to be honest, that's probably what it is like maybe it's going against their own ways of thinking or their own approach, which 100% I understand, but people get so defensive by it, right? Like, and it's like your way, their way is the only way. I'm not trying to say my way is the only way either. Like, here we are. We've got 4 different resellers right here. And we're like, I've got no beef against any of you, right? Like, it's like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, I do understand that there's a level of like, I'll go through and have a look at, because obviously I'm selling a lot of the same stuff of clothing, and there's other sellers selling the same stuff because, whether we might be getting from similar suppliers or the same suppliers and stuff. So that level, but I don't know who those people are, but I'm comparing the market because I have to compare, okay, is this actually feasible? Am I pricing it right? Are we, what value am I bringing to the table compared to my competitors? But that's a whole different perspective of like, oh, you're doing your model wrong because I don't know how they do their model. I don't know, maybe they're doing it in their, at the home. Maybe they don't have to pay rent. Who knows, right? So similar situation again. It's everyone's idea of what they're doing is different.
Yeah. I've hunted down Chris for a cheeky dropship before.
Yeah. But you told me about that.
Yeah.
You asked.
Have you got one, Octo?
I don't know. Chris has kind of blown me out of the water. I've never seen him like this before. I fell off my chair. I had to, scramble myself back up in the chair. That's where I've been for the last 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, mate. Sorry.
No, I don't think anything pisses me off, actually. There's not really anything that, other than, whenever I put something on Instagram, they always default to one person. Then I tell them no, and then they keep going on about it. So that's interesting. That's probably the closest thing that pissed me off last week.
Pretty sure you've dropped shit off all of us. Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, eh?
All right, well, Furlong rant. A bit late tonight, John. How you going? Yes, sorry. I don't know where you live, but the daylight savings ended last night in Victoria, so everyone's times are a bit weird. We'll move on quickly because we got Madden's going to do her raffle at 9:00. So I've got the quiz. Have you seen the quiz before, Kelly, on here?
I'm pumped.
I've played from home many a time.
Yes.
I suck, so you should be fine.
Yeah. For those that might not have seen it before, it's just a play on words, and it's kind of pretty stupid sometimes. Hey, Danny boy, how you going? Stick around. This is a movie quiz, so you might get some of these. 9 p.m. Melbourne time, yeah.
10 minutes. Let's go.
10 minutes. So, if I say cab operator, the answer is taxi driver.
Taxi driver.
Yes.
I thought that was one. That was going to be my one.
All right. Some of these are a bit iffy because, I'm starting to run out of well-known movies because I've done too many of these, and I might have done 1 or 2 of them before, but I just can't remember. So that doesn't matter. So the first one is Stupid Loop.
Looney Tunes.
Movie. What?
Looney Tunes.
No. Stupid Loop. Kids movie. Old kids movie. They remade it a few years ago. Yeah, no worries.
Nah.
No one? No one in the chat? Old kids Disney cartoon. Stupid movie. Rob. Dumbo. Dumb Rig. Octo's face palmed that one. All right. Number 2, Robbers of the Missing Container.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, that is correct. Got that one pretty quick. That was the adult version, John. All right, number 3. On your feet beside myself.
Stand By Me.
Correct.
Wow,
Well done.
nice. This is
All right, this one's easy. It's a classic. The Lord Dad.
The Godfather.
Godfather.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of you two both got in. I don't know who got in first, and I'm not keeping track of who's winning either.
I'll just take it so there's no arguing.
Dunno. Christian got Godfather just before Brad. Jazz got Stand By Me. Number 5, Mush Fabrication. Mush Fabrication. 90s movie.
Stuff, man.
90s movie from a massive director.
Something Lies. Something.
No, good guess, but no.
Lies too.
This is a hard one. Mush is hard. And actually Fabrication's pretty hard as well. It's a massive movie. Like, it changed filmmaking. Sloppy build.
Batman and Robin.
I'm just going to say it. No one's going to get it. It's pretty hard. Pulp Fiction. All right. Next one's an easy one. Sandhill.
June.
June is correct. T. Ferguson. Did you change your name from Turd Ferguson to T. Ferguson? I like Turd. Number 7. The Deceased. One of my all-time favorite movies.
The Departed.
The Departed is correct. There's not many in the chat. I think you guys are getting them too quick. Maybe. I don't know.
Dead.
All right, this one's got a bit of maths involved, so you got to do a bit of maths.
No.
$10,100 notes, child.
$1 Million Baby.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Danny got
the nine brains are turned on tonight.
All right, second last one. It's a kids movie. Brad got $1 Million Baby. $1 Million Baba Ya. Jazz. This kids movie, Meth Era.
Kids movie, righto.
Meth Era. What else do you call meth? Crystal meth. Amy Winehouse. Too soon. Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Come on, this one's easy. Meth
Ice
Era.
Age.
Yes. Ice Age. Oh, Christian got it. Speed wrong. Ice Age.
Jesus.
Used another substance. Ice Age. Last one. ERA. Last one. Males debt free. Males debt free.
Is it Django Unchained?
No. Males debt free.
MALE, male?
Yeah. As in men. Christian's on it.
No, Jesus. Well, we suck. Yep.
Men in black.
Movies here.
Money, Liberty, yes. Men in Black. Oh, that actually reminds me. Tomorrow night, we are doing over on the movie channel. We are doing movie battles. We are doing alien movies. So we're going to do our top 5 alien movies. So the link's in this description, I think. No one really cares that's here, so I don't know why I keep trying to promote it, but it's kind of just funny, so that's why I do it.
Such a coincidence, yeah.
Yeah, segue. That was a good one. I was pretty proud of that one, to be honest. Such a coincidence, yes. All right, we'll wrap up. Thanks for coming on, Kelly. It was bloody awesome having you on.
Thanks so much. I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Kelly's Instagram link is in the description, so everyone go and give her a follow if you're not already, because she's doing really cool things. She posts a lot of like videos. Well, I don't know if you post a lot, but quite a few videos
stories.
and stuff. It's a really good Instagram account, so go and give her a follow. As with these two guys, you're probably all already following them, but both pumping out. What do you guys got coming up on YouTube? Octo, you've just released the video just before this.
Yeah, it's scumbag resellers, mate. You know what they're like.
Yeah.
I've just got my business vlog tomorrow, and then I've got Pokemon Fund. That's up to episode 3 on Wednesday as well, so something a little different.
Cool.
This is her YouTube debut.
It is, yeah. Yep.
You got any plans at all to maybe do YouTube?
Look, if I stick around long enough and the kids get a little bit bigger, then maybe. Like, I'd love to. I've started doing a little bit more filming in shops and just popping them up on the stories, just because that's easy to do. But my youngest is nearly 3, so it's still a bit hectic at the moment. But I'd love it.
I mean, I don't know how Christian does it. He's got like a 1.5-year-old or something, and he works like part-time and he does reselling. Yeah. I struggle just to do reselling.
And YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Thank you. This was fun. Sorry I wasn't here. No, not at all.
There you go. Someone likes a quiz, Wayno.
Thanks for jumping in. Yeah. Well, I think Danny's actually closing down his podcast, but Creepy Crap podcast was a movie podcast that he was doing. But go over and listen to his old episodes anyway. They're really good. That's why I upload once every 3 months. Yeah. Look forward to episode 38 whenever. Yeah, I will try come back next week. Like I said, like moving house and shit. Everything was just hectic and my back was cooked for weeks there. So it just took me a while to get going. So yeah, make sure everyone go over and check out Manon's Instagram right now, because she's doing the raffle. If you're in the raffle, go over and watch, because she's going to do it right after this finishes at 9 o'clock, which is right now. So head over there. So thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. Thanks guys for coming on again, and we'll see you all hopefully next week. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks, mate.